Hi everyone, it's Az here from HeelvsBabyface. I told you so. The BS detector extraordinaire sniffed something else out, and guess what? Right again. A couple of weeks ago maybe, probably last week, I don't know. Time has no meaning or relevance anymore. I did a video on an upcoming FX TV show called Y the Last Man. It's based off a comic book which ran from around 2002 to 2008 or 10, something like that. And it's about a plague, a disease that strikes Earth, and everything that has a Y chromosome, aka men, are killed, leaving the planet just full of women, apart from one man called Yorick. And he's the only man left on the planet. Now, when you create that in 2002, the world's a different place. It's not as insane as it is today. And it's not as messed up as it is today with all the intersectional feminism and identity politics and all the outrage mob and everybody needs to be a snowflake and yet you've got to treat me equally, but at the same time I'm actually want to be different, and you just it's an absolute minefield just to go online nowadays and speak to somebody. You need some kind of bloody contracts in place with some of them to make sure they don't bloody sue you. Oh my God, I just got misgendered. So anywho, this article comes today from Deadline, and it starts with a headline of The Last Man, Why The Last Man's EPs and stars talk opportunity to blow up gender binary with transgender representation. Now, when the trailer came out for the show, guess what? Correct. There was some kickback by people. Why was there kickback by people? Because we live in current day and nobody can just accept things anyway. But the reason why there was kickback is because there were a lot of people shouting and screaming about a absolute minuscule that you wouldn't even notice representation of transgender people. What if people who think they're a man but they're actually a woman? What happens to them? What happens to people who think they're a woman but they're actually a man? You know, biologically, because even biology nowadays seems to be bigoted according to these people, which is nuts. Anywho, that seems to be addressed now by the showrunner, which makes me just realize that this show is going to be one almighty dumpster fire, even though the actual thing that they talk about is probably mentioned in one sentence of the show, never to be mentioned again. But hey ho, you've got to try and appease the mob. Why The Last Man makes it clear that gender identity exists beyond a male-female binary. Okay, definitely not watching this now. Giving the original comic series by Brian K. Vaughan and Pia Guerrera a modern update. It's not a modern update. It's not, well, it technically is a modern update, but it's a stupid update, you know? It's thousands of years of biology versus Twitter weirdos. That's what it's got to now. Gender is diverse and chromosomes are not equal to gender. In the world of the television show, every living mammal with a Y chromosome dies. That includes many women. No. Women do not have the Y chromosome. Okay? Men do. Now, somebody could be born a biological male and identify as being female. And I have every sympathy in the world for those people. I truly do. But it doesn't get rid of the biology of the matter. Okay? So even though in society, and I would themselves, I would treat them as they wanted to be treated, as a female. And even though they felt that way, the biology of the matter is completely different. That is not bigotry. That is science, and that is fact. It doesn't change the way that you should or want to represent this person, but the biology of the matter is something different. It includes non-binary people, Twitter weirdos. It includes intersex people who are, oh my goodness, must be the 0.0 no 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 no. No 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 no. Probably go for several days. One. With that one. Showrunner Eliza Clark explained during the show's TCA panel on Friday, "We're making a show that affirms that trans women are women, trans men are men, non-binary people are non-binary. That is part of the richness of the world we get to play with." Okay, thank you. I thank you for telling me there is no point in me wasting my time on this show. None whatsoever. Because instead of trying to tell what could be an interesting story, you've decided to do the lazy, boring, pandering, pathetic, ideological thing, which is play with identity politics. Boring! It's been happening for years now. Years. This bullshit. It is. I'm so done with it. Many people I know, as you'll be aware, are so done with this nonsense. But you still want to play your pathetic, intersectional, gender weirdo, freakish games. You might try and ignore biology, but biology is always going to be there and it's always going to exist. This kind of goes back to the shopkeeper business we had the other week, remember? Based on Vaughn and Guerrer's DC comic series of the same name, Y the Last Man traverses a post-apocalyptic world in which a cataclysmic event decimates all but one, look at them, even one cisgender male, no, one male, one man, just one man. Yorick Brown and his pet monkey. The series follows the survivors in this new world as they struggle with their efforts to restore what was lost and the opportunity to build something better. How can you build something better when the world is just overrun with intersectional feminism and identity politics? If I was Yorick, I'd just find the nearest bridge. Jump off and go, there you go. Thank goodness. Now, all the weirdos that are left, and, you know, there's going to be some nice people, they're going to be out within a generation, you know, because can't breed. They're going to be gone. See ya. Sayonara. Time to give the cockroaches a chance. Time to give Mother Nature the opportunity to reclaim the earth. That's what looks like it'll be happening. That was part of the challenge because we love the source material on one hand, and on the other hand, we recognize the opportunity to really blow up the binary because of the source material we have been given. We like the source material, but we saw an opportunity to just destroy it, to pervert it, to twist it, to modern day, far left, freakish, degenerate identity politics. That's the way that we decided to go. Round of applause. And the way it's been read, perceived, and talked about, in some ways, it's the most rich and dangerous opportunity to take on some of these questions of representation. No, because you're going to be taking them and looking at it and representing it from one specific standpoint because you exist in an echo chamber that lacks the biggest diversity that's required, diversity of thought. How many times do we have to say that? So this is going to be looked at from one singular partisan side, and it's going to be uplifting your identity politics, and it's going to be your uplifting your intersectional feminism because you're an echo chamber. There's going to be no, let's see it from the other perspective, unless, of course, the other perspective is quite clearly a bad person and then portrayed as a bad and evil person. So this is not an opportunity in any way, shape, or form to have a look at this, to explore this, because it's just the way that you want to perceive it. And that's it. This show is going to be an absolute disaster. I told you that. I'm right. And they've confirmed it themselves. Hope you enjoyed the vid. If you did, do give it a thumbs up. And also subscribe to the channel. Follow me on social media and YouTube for live streaming. Links are in the description box down below. I'll be back with some more stuff very soon. You take care. Bye for now.